What is the worst case and best case scenario that can happen to crypto and how you can be prepared for both? This is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So let's get into it. If you can guess, I'm recording this video and last video back to back because Friday, the time this video is coming out, I'm out with the family. So I'm getting things ready and I decided to make this video, which is to prepare mentally and with actions on how you can protect your capital by analyzing the best and worst case scenarios for crypto as a whole. First things first is that you have to understand that everything is related to US and the stock markets as a whole. Because at the end of the day, people who say that there is no correlation with crypto and traditional finances, they are wrong. You can see that in a few things that we showed here in the channel before. The first one being the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. If you put them side to side, their direction is very correlated, meaning that if the S&P 500 is going up, Bitcoin has the tendency to be going up as well. So they go back to back together. That being said, other indicators that we can look at, it is global liquidity, the amount of money present in the world. If it is going up or down, that affects Bitcoin directly. And another thing that we have to see is dollar, especially right now with the Bitcoin reserve that the US has done. The dollar will affect directly the price itself of Bitcoin. If the dollar becomes stronger or weaker, that will affect crypto as a whole. So that being said, let's start with the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that these tariff wars, they keep going for months and months out, because now we have these two titans. I don't know if you watch Kong versus Godzilla. It is pretty much that. Imagine two titans fighting it out, but if you think you're gonna stay out of this, well, guess what? You are in their warpath. You are on their battleground. And you can see every time they fight, a city gets destroyed. China gets tariffs, China doubles down, the US triples down, and they go so on and so forth. Then other things start to happen. Their conflicts escalate to other matters like military, political, and these sorts of things, creating more tension globally. So prices of everything go up. Everyone else has to suffer because China will most likely tax US allies. So US allies will get taxed just by existing, just by being US allies. Then the UN might step in trying to do something. The UN, which is America's puppet, will try to do something. And you can see where this is going. This is a snowball effect of bad things happening. And in this situation, Bitcoin breaks that 69 and we don't know where it goes. But that is for a worst case situation. Now, what would be a best case situation? Well, the best case situation is that these tariffs stop. Maybe they get reduced a little, that would be even greater, but they stop increasing. So China stops doubling down, the US stops adding tariffs on top of tariffs, and the way that it says, the world will take a little bit of a hit like we are seeing right now, then it will stabilize and things will move on. So with that being the best case scenario, we're going to see a bottom in the short term, which is also something we mentioned in 2 videos ago, where the bottom for crypto, at least following some indicators, will be at the end of April, beginning of May. So that is best case scenario because it has a good projection for the future, at least by the end of 2025, by seeing that Bitcoin is going to be in a bullish cycle once again. So that would be for the end of this year, a very bullish scenario. So now you might be saying, Everton, how can I predict which one will going to happen? Well, no one can predict anything. If you follow someone who says they can predict this or that, they are a charlatan. And you most likely are being sold something, or you are the product yourself. They're using you to do something for them. So if you want to avoid that, you need to be prepared for both sides. And one of the ways, the more passive way, is depositing here in the topics. This is a copy trading strategy, meaning that someone is doing that trading for you for a small fee. And guess what? In this copy trading, we have 2 of them, and none of them had a negative month. Let me say that again. One of them has been live for 2 years and the other one for almost 1 year. None of them has had any red month. We closed every month in the green. The Phoenix strategy is giving a forecast of 21% per year. That is amazing because we're talking about stablecoin. We're not talking about Bitcoin. We're not talking about staking or farming. This is real yield on stablecoins. By using options, by using derivatives that are cash settled, you only need USDC or USDT, and we can make that trade happen for you. And guess what? The 0DTE, which is about to be 1 year old, we have done so far 81.5%. So 81% on your dollar in less than a year, and we are projecting to see 93% by the end of a full year of trading. But if you want to be more hands-on and you don't know options that much, well, if you click on options cards, these right here are spreads, but they are presented to you in a simple way where you can see in a simple manner how much you can make. So if you believe, for example, that by, let's say, September 2025, if you believe price of Bitcoin will be below this price or below this right here, you get this reward. If you're right, you get that percentage on top of what you deposited. Meaning you deposit $100, you get $29 on top of the $100. So you get your deposit back plus $29. And guess what? Here we only see things asking below the price. But if you go here, we also have above this certain price. We have above 120, above 130, above 120 right here, above 180, 170. You can see all of this right here. So you do your due diligence. If you believe we are in the worst case scenario, you go for the below 70, you go for the below 100, and you make that return if you're correct. And if you're bullish, you go for one of the green ones right here, above a certain price, above a certain spike. And guess what? If you're correct, you make that return. In this case, 200% on your deposit. So that is great. Of course, these numbers are for September 2026, and you can choose your expiration, which is the due date, the expiration date for this bet that you're taking, for this strategy that you're opening. So whatever one you decide, you click on it, you select how much you want to deposit, and you're shown how much you're going to get, and then the two strategies that are going to be opened for this spread. This is to show you that it doesn't matter if you're bullish or you're bearish. With options, with derivatives, you're able to profit in whatever market conditions. Of course, you can see that the copy trading has slowed down from a few months back. This is because we short volatility. Our strategy is to short volatility, and because volatility has been acting up lately because of all this drama, we're still in the green, we're still making money. We just don't have enough opportunity to do so compared to what we had a few months back. So this could be true for you as well. You could be looking at less yield than a few months ago, or more yield than compared to the future. But this is because these values come from intrinsic values, Greeks, a lot of technical details that go behind options. So again, it is okay for you to follow someone who tells you the market's going to go up or down. That is not the point. The point is a good trader does not embrace just a single strategy and is never going to say he's wrong. Well, a good trader is actually the one who sees maybe he's wrong. He analyzes again with neutral eyes, clean mind, and then he says, I was wrong, the market's flipping, it's time for me to correct and get into another position. So this is what you should be able to do, and this is what BitTopics offers you. It offers you the place where you can trade. If you think you're wrong, you can just close the position, flip it out, or just deposit the copy trading and let your money grow passively. So thank you so much. This video might be a shorter one, but I hope you guys got the gist of it, the central message of it. If you did, comment down below, interact with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday for another one. So take care.